Hey everyone, Rarity Dash here, time for another RWBY blind commentary. And it's finally time. Volume 5 begins now. And I am just so hyped for this. Just with everything we've got across the past several months. Another great season of RWBY Chibi. The release of the Volume 4 soundtrack, which was just incredible. And, of course, the 3 character shorts, which were great and really served their purpose of getting me pumped just to see what happens here in Volume 5. And I'm excited to see if any of the predictions I made in my predictions videos last week come true, or if any of the stuff I said in the Bumblebee videos, for that matter, comes true. And just to see what direction Rooster Teeth goes in, and just to see more RWBY, and to see more of these characters I love. And it's exciting. And I really do love this show, and I'm just glad to have it back again. And yeah, here we are in Volume 5, starting with an episode titled Welcome to Haven. And that's fun because it's a reference to an earlier title, Welcome to Beacon. And that was the one where Cinder was welcome to Beacon, and now we're welcoming RWBY and Co. to Haven, obviously. So we've kind of just sort of reversed that entirely, and I like that kind of thing. Not really sure what to expect from Haven, but I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm looking forward to seeing what the school is like, and what Mistral is like, and what characters we run into there. If we see like Team Auburn or Team Sun, or just any of those people. If we meet Leo this time, and just seeing who is involved. I assume we're mostly going to focus on Team Ranger and those people, maybe Oscar and Crow. And not so much Weiss and Blake and Yang, though maybe they'll show up. I would love that. I would love to see a sister reunion. That would be great. And just whatever it is, I'm excited to see really what note we're going to be starting this volume on. And I really can't wait. So I think I'm going to start. I think I'm going to stop talking here and just get to the episode. So, yeah, let's do that. Okay. And here we go.
The city.
Hey, Crow.
It's about
and Nora?
time.
It really is, Nora. I agree.
Whose idea was it to walk again?
Well, we did face many obstacles. Broken airships, destroyed settlements.
Oh, and, you know, all those people and monsters that tried to murder us.
Thanks for the exposition, guys.
We were fine. Only one of us almost died.
Hey.
Is this for the trailer?
Hey.
So how much farther to Haven Academy?
Almost there. I'd have figured I'd take you kids on the scenic route.
So what are we gonna see? Oh. And yeah, that is quite pretty. I agree. Awesome indeed.
That's certainly
and
something.
still shots.
Oh my gosh, look at all the weapons!
Pretty nice still
Vendors will
shots.
sell you just about anything, whether they should or not.
Yeah.
They really made the most out of these mountains.
Every inch. And stay away from the lower levels. But the higher up you go, the nicer it gets.
And we are going up!
Oh, and I guess maybe we are going to check in with everyone.
So,
What's Weiss
how
up
much
to?
farther?
We're in the home stretch now. No more stops from here to Mistral. Sorry for the long trip. Keeping us off the radar's been harder than I thought. Lots of air traffic around northern Anima.
This guy's pretty
It's
cool
fine.
to go
I
this
just
far
hope I haven't been a
with her.
burden.
You and your money are more than welcome on this ship, kid.
Is she paying him though? I mean,
Is everything okay?
I don't know. I'm still over Lake Matsu. Shouldn't be picking up broadcasts this far from Mistral. Someone must be close.
Mayday! Mayday! We're a small passenger flight and our Huntress is down! We aren't equipped to deal with this!
Oh, man.
The Grim hit us 400 clicks north of the southern shoreline.
yeah.
Off us! If anyone can hear this...
Weiss is going to want to intervene here.
We're going to help them, right?
What? No. I'm trying to avoid them.
But they'll die.
Look, if we picked up their transmission, I'm sure someone else did too. Besides, this is a cargo ship. She's not much good in a fight.
Well, that's
I just
reasonable.
want to finish this job and get home. Sorry, kid. My ship, my rules.
I can understand where he's coming from, but yeah, Weiss isn't gonna like that. And back to this.
We made it.
Yeah? It's quite nice to see. Something suspicious, Crow? It is awfully empty
Maybe try louder?
for a school.
There doesn't seem to be anyone here.
Well, I guess school isn't really in session right now.
Yeah, I guess that
Maybe
would
that's it.
explain it, but
No, this isn't right.
yeah,
Come on.
Wait for us!
Crow definitely thinks something is up, and he's probably right.
Get ready. There could be trouble.
Okay. Yeah. Leo. Wow.
Professor Lionheart?
Great introduction to this guy.
Crow! For crying out loud, you nearly scared me half to death!
Me? Why weren't you waiting for us at the entrance?
Oh, right. Apologies. I guess time slipped away from me.
You're joking.
Where is everybody?
Ah, you must be the students Crow mentioned.
Yes, sir. Ruby Rose.
Jean Arc.
Nor Valkyrie.
Lyren.
Okay.
A pleasure to meet you all. Leonardo Lionheart at your service.
Leonardo.
I'm afraid most of my staff is currently away until classes resume, but...
What? Leo, you can't be serious. Who's guarding the relic?
Crow, the children...
Already know. I filled them in. What do you mean your staff is away?
You failed them?
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty weird to him.
So, is this not going at all like anyone thought it would?
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of a little bit how I thought. I didn't know if we'd really hit on everyone yet. And here we are with Blake.
Unbelievable!
Total garbage. We can't let them get away with this!
Wow.
Well, at least you two can finally agree on something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guys, everything's gonna be okay.
It's just good to see all these characters again.
Good evening, miss.
Oh.
Can I get you anything? Just
Who are
a
you?
little time to myself, if that's all right. Sure thing. Just call if you need me.
You're cool.
You need better security.
Oh.
Please, I just need to talk.
Her again already.
How could you take the fall for them, Ilya?
Oh.
Blake, Corsic and Finnick blamed you. We confronted them tonight and they denied knowing anything, and everything we found on your scroll
Of course.
talked about how disappointed they were to hear that you'd sided with Adam.
Yeah, she totally did,
But you
even
and
though
I
she bowed
both
to them
know
in the
they're
final
guilty.
episode, last volume.
You can't prove anything.
That scroll might not have been enough to lock them up, but it's enough to sway the Faunas here. When we go public tomorrow, they're not going to stand for any of it. And neither should you.
Your plan isn't gonna work, Blake.
Oh. Yeah.
just leave me.
She's still really acting like she has the upper hand. Something's up here.
You're going to have to make me.
Oh.
I know.
Aw. Okay. Still really curious about all that.
Seems very reckless, even for you.
No, reckless is leaving one of the relics completely unguarded. It's not checking in with Oz for ages.
There was nothing to check in about before the fall of Beacon, but since that day, Mistral has been in chaos. Vale wasn't the only kingdom to suffer that night. Everyone was watching. Every house in every kingdom saw that poor
Yeah.
ripped to pieces.
Oh.
Saw monsters crawling over the city, Ecclesian knights attacking citizens. And then nothing. You could feel the dread in the air. With all that negativity, you can imagine what it was like when the Grimm came for us. Mistral's controlled territory is the widest reaching in the world, you know, and that makes it infinitely harder to protect. We lost so many great huntsmen, teachers from this very institution. And it's only gotten worse.
What do you mean?
We may have dealt with the Grimm, but the Mistral Council's still at odds with representatives from Atlas. First, it was the dust embargo. Now it's the closing of
Ironwood,
borders.
yeah.
I'm not sure what happened to James in Vale, but it seems to have only worsened some of his more unfortunate tendencies.
Unfortunate.
And on top of everything, we still don't know where the Spring Maiden is.
Oh yeah, there is that too.
We need the huntsmen and huntresses here.
Okay. Things are bad. They're bad. But we can figure this out. Why is the Spring Maiden so important?
I thought you filled them in.
Mostly filled in. Look, there's a lot to cover, okay? I quit teaching for a reason.
Okay, good to have that clarified.
The four maidens
No
each
longer
have the
actively
power to
employed
perform
by
feats of magic.
Signal.
And they are the only ones capable of reaching the relics.
Oh.
What? The relics are
Okay.
each inside a chamber that can only be opened by a specific maiden. Winter for the gift of creation, summer for destruction, fall for choice, and spring for knowledge.
Huh.
Spring is the problem.
What happened to her?
She was determined at first, when she inherited her powers. But the weight of responsibility proved to be too much for the child. She ran, abandoned her training.
And now she's with Raven.
That was over a decade ago. There's no telling where she could be now.
Chronos, yeah.
At least, I have a pretty good idea.
Are you serious?
It's not exactly good news.
What are you talking about? This is incredible news! After all these years, where?
I did some digging around. Looks like after Spring ran away, she was picked up by bandits. Specifically, the Brownwind tribe.
Raven.
Yang's mom?
That's right. That's about where they've set up their main camp. It's where they fall back to after raids and scouting missions. Raven's managed to gain a lot of followers since she returned to the tribe. And I'm sure when the Spring Maiden showed up, it only made things easier.
Yeah, that probably would help.
Crow, I've got to hand it to you. With these coordinates, we can mount a retrieval force and head out in a few weeks.
A few weeks?
That's right.
Leo, maybe you didn't hear me. My sister has the Spring Maiden, and I know where she is. We need to go as soon as possible.
And And perhaps you didn't hear me. This kingdom is in shambles. As soon as possible does not mean tomorrow. It means as soon as I can convince the rest of the council that I need huntsmen
Of course.
more than they do. Unfortunately,
This guy's gonna delay everything.
very high on their list of priorities when the threat of war
And
is
pass it
just on
along to the
horizon.
enemy.
Then damn the council. We'll do it ourselves. You and I are trained huntsmen, and these kids aren't exactly pushovers.
Perhaps there's a more peaceful way to approach this?
We need to get Spring as far away from here as possible. But Raven isn't going to give up her most prized possession without a fight.
Unfortunately, you and your sister are evenly matched, and I'm not the fighter I used to be. No offense.
I'll be interested to see
but
him
these
fight
students and
eventually.
I can't take on an entire bandit tribe and a maiden that
No.
no doubt had years to hone her skills. We need to be positive we can apprehend Spring, because if we fail, Raven and her tribe will scatter, and we'll be lost. We get one shot at this, and it needs to be perfect.
That is pretty hard to argue with.
You know, Oz wouldn't be happy with any of this if he were here.
Perhaps you're right. But
What
if
happened to
not,
Oscar?
I'm doing the very best I can.
There has to be something we
I
can
mean, has that
do.
not happened?
What about
That
Sarah?
not happened
She
yet?
came with Emerald and Mercury from Haven. Do you have anything on them?
We pulled their files after the fall of Beacon. Nothing but lies and forgeries.
Of course, but
Well, I can't say this has been a warm reunion, Leo.
I'm sorry. I know you've all traveled a long way, but I will do everything I can to help.
Sure. We'll stay in the city for the time being. Local comms are still up. Keep in touch. Come on, kids.
It was nice meeting you, Professor.
Likewise.
and we're staying with him. Is this where things get shady?
Leo, we
Of
have
course.
got to work on your improvisational skills.
Wow.
So, what do we do now?
You four head back to the house. I need a drink.
Oh, okay. Here's where the Oscar scene is gonna happen, isn't it? Yep.
Excuse me.
They're actually even going to replay it. That's a first.
You know, I don't think they allow kids in here, Pipsqueak.
Shut up, I'm getting there. I'm supposed to tell you I'd like my cane back.
It's good to see you again, Oz.
Aren't you a little young to be drinking?
Oh, water. It's hot out.
Oh, sure.
Are you telling me you're too young to drink?
Who is
You
this
look like
guy?
a regular huntress, and a beauty at that.
Wow.
I'm good.
You're gonna get punched.
Seriously, not too bulky, not too lean. You're
Just right. Yep. Like I said, I'm good.
and your hair.
Okay. There we go.
This one's on the house.
Oh.
He's been driving me crazy.
Oh. It's good to see her still struggling a bit.
What brings you around these parts?
Thanks. And I'm, looking for someone.
Not many people come out here, too far from the kingdoms. Only person worth noting around here is, well,
Raven Bronwyn.
Oh.
Thanks again.
Now, Missy, you don't want to go messing with bandits. They're a world of trouble.
So I hear.
Hey, girlie.
Seriously? This isn't over?
I heard you're looking for someone.
Oh, does he know something? What's this gonna be? Oh. And so they meet.
Can I help you?
Yeah. Is there a ruby rose here?
Why?
Well...
I found him!
I think her uncle could use some help.
Oh. I found him.
What is going on out there? Can't a girl read her comics in Crow, did you get drunk again?
Of course he did.
Maybe.
Oh. You have silver eyes.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Well, my name is Oscar Pine.
Wait for it.
But you probably know me as Professor Ozpin?
Yeah.
I did it!
Okay, and we're ending on that. New intro. Oh, this is cool. Yeah, this is really cool. It's different from other RWBY songs. It's got like this. Yeah, Hazel and Adam together, of course. Okay, who is... Oh, that must have been Sienna Khan. Oh, Mercury's gonna be back in play? How is... Okay. I guess that could happen. And Salem. Kinda doubt they're actually gonna fight her this volume. But... maybe. Interesting. Very interesting. I'll have to rewatch that intro. That's very intriguing. Okay. okay, after watching it again, I think I was probably wrong about that one new character. She doesn't seem to be a Faunus. There's no indication of it, at least. She might be still, but I don't know. Rather than Sienna Khan, I'm thinking that's probably going to be the Spring Maiden, just because she's pictured with Cinder, and there's a transition between her and Raven that is a Raven, so yeah, that makes a bit more sense, I think. Though, I guess we'll see. And yeah, just in general, I thought the intro was great. The song is amazing. Really, really one of my favorites, probably. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll get tired of it, but just from how I initially reacted to it, I think this is going to go down as one of my favorite intros. And the visuals accompanying it were pretty interesting to consider. Mercury is going to end up fighting Yang again, possibly, and Cinder is going to be back in play, and you got all this stuff that could go on that's being hinted at here, and I'm interested to see what does end up happening here. As for the episode, it was pretty crazy. I enjoyed it. We did check in with everyone, and it was mostly focused on Team Ranger and co, but we did have little scenes with Weiss and then Blake and then Yang, and they were pretty interesting to see. Weiss is probably going to end up answering that distress call and going in that direction, and that's going to keep her distracted for a little while. Blake is still in Menagerie. I don't know how long that's going to take, but it's still kind of feeling like it did before with the White Fang. They have all the knowledge. They know, I mean, we know that they are, that Finnick and Corsic are feeding them lies, and that they, in fact, are all on the same side. But Blake doesn't know that. She doesn't have that information, and I mean, she suspects it, but she isn't able to prove anything, and just has to accept what they tell her. And she thinks she has the upper hand in winning over the Faunus, but Ilya seems to disagree, and that kind of feeds back into this whole sense that Blake is making a mistake and doesn't really know what she's getting into. And I'm kind of glad to see that. I kind of hope that's not all just like misdirection, that there is more here than seems, because that could be pretty cool just to see what Adam has planned for her, and what Ilya is, what her role in all this is. It was, again, interesting to see the interactions between Blake and Ilya. I thought that was, I mean, I don't really know. I still do think it's quite possible. It's very ambiguous, the relationship, that there was something between the two. And I don't know. It was an interesting scene. Definitely some lingering, like questions in that relationship, whatever it was. And yeah, I don't know really how to put it all together yet. I think the weirdest one for me, though, was Yang's scene. I mean, I loved how it started with her just smacking that guy and all that. That was, yeah, that he had that coming, and it was pretty satisfying. But they clearly telegraphed that she was going after Ruby at the end of Volume 4. That it really seemed that way. The bike went in that direction towards Mistral as opposed to Kushinashi, or not Kushinashi, Kurayuri. Still have that on my mind. Maybe eventually. And yeah, the direction seemed to be that way, and the line she said is not something you say to the mother who is the source of your abandonment issues. It just does not fit. It really, with how she said it, it's clear that's supposed to be a line you say to your sister. And I thought that was clearly telegraphed and just obvious, and now to take it in the other direction just is weird. It makes me, like, I don't know. Is that intentional? Or the writers just, like, not... Are they just clearly... Yeah, it kind of bothers me. I wish they would have made it more ambiguous, that they would have just actually succeeded in keeping it ambiguous if it was supposed to be, because this just makes it feel like we were doing one thing and now we're doing the other. And even though I kind of think going to see Raven is the more interesting option, it just kind of feels like they dropped the ball a little bit the way they did it. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, I am, as said, kind of glad that we are going to see Raven, because that's where Yang will get into more interesting stuff, but just, I don't know. It's odd. And as for the Rangers stuff, even though there was the most of that, I don't really have too much to say. Leo was basically what I thought he would be. I mean, Cowardly Lion, and he does play that role pretty well. And, yeah, it's obvious he's sort of, like, delaying things and, like, not really giving them... He's just acting a part, mostly, and he's passing everything along to Watts there, and, yeah, he's pretty thoroughly compromised, so that's gonna be fun. And then we had the actual scene with Oscar happen again in the episode, so that was odd, seeing something twice. And Oscar met the team, and that's where we left off. But it was good to see everyone again. I mean, we had some pretty fun lines. It was pretty amusing, and just in general, it's great to have RWBY back. So yeah, I'm quite satisfied with this first episode. It was good. I think that about covers it. Hope you liked the commentary. Let me know if you did, and see you in the next one.